Got another movie called The Nice Guys, came out a while ago. It's got Russell Crowe in it, Ryan Gosling. It's crazy. So we got this one detective by the name of Jackson, you know what I'm saying? He's going around beating up niggas because they talking to 13-year-old girls and shit like that. Well deserved. We found out Jackson's got anger issues, but really it's because that his girl left him for his dad. Shit's crazy. Holland is a detective too, but his issue is different. He's got a bit of a drinking problem. And why? Because his wife passed away due to a disease, but he still has his daughter Holly. So the movie starts off with this boy. He's just like chilling. He's looking at this magazine, little porn magazine, and the front cover's got this chick by the name of Misty Mountains. All of a sudden, this car comes through, cleaning straight through the house and runs through that bitch. It's done deal. And who happened to be in that car? Misty fucking Mountains. Dead as shit. So Misty was a porn star, right? But I'm gonna get into this. Jackson ends up talking to this chick by the name of Amelia. Now, I guess she paid him to protect her or whatever like that, but then she decides to just dip off. So I'm like, what exactly is she paying him for? This is where Holland and Jackson are going to tie in with each other because apparently Holland's supposed to be looking for Amelia. He was hired to find her by her aunt Lily. Now, the thing is, Jackson finds out some information and goes straight to Holland's house and punches him in his face. You're like, what the fuck? He's basically telling him, stop looking for Amelia. He's like, dude, I was hired to find her. So he basically beats him up a little bit and then leaves out the house. Jackson ended up going back to his crib, but apparently these two other guys were there waiting on him. A dude by the name of Chad and Blueface. I'm gonna tell you why he's called Blueface in a minute. They end up roughing him up inside the house and they like, yo, where's Amelia at? Dude starts rummaging through his closet. He tells him like, don't check there, whatever like that. You know how people have those bags of fake cash. As soon as they open it, they get sprayed with some type of liquid or whatever, which automatically makes the money useless and stuff like that. Bottom line is, dude got sprayed with it, got blue all his face, and that's why we call him Blueface, because that's his name. Somehow he gets out of that situation, beats up both guys, and getting a shotgun and scaring them off. So the thing is, I guess Amelia's not where Jackson thought she was supposed to be or whatever like that. So then he goes back to Holland, and now he's asking for his help to find Amelia, because people are trying to kill her. So Holland thinks he knows where she's at because at one point in time she started up this like activist group or whatever. But when they get there in front of this building, everybody's there except for her. Now the thing is, they get some information. She used to have a boyfriend by the name of Dean. This dude named Chet takes him to Dean's house because they gave him $20 or whatever. But the thing is, his house got burnt up and shit. Now the thing is, Dean got burnt up. He was done dead as shit, and his films got burnt up too because he was supposed to be some type of filmmaker. So Chet sees this boy riding up whatever like that, and they get some information from this little boy. Now it turns out, now they say she was supposed to be making some movie called Honey, the Boys Came to Play or something like that. I forgot the name of the title of it. But she was supposed to go see some dude by the name of Sid. Now apparently this dude Sid was actually supposed to be financing the movie. So they find out about this big party that Sid's supposed to be having, and they go to this party. Now basically they're supposed to be there looking for Sid, but really looking for Amelia actually. They're looking around, they can't find Amelia. Holland gets drunk, you know what I'm saying? He's been drinking or whatever. So Holland does have his moments, but bottom line is, we established earlier that he knows he has a drinking problem. The crazy thing is, he was trying to get Holly to stay home, but when they drove there, we found out that she was actually hiding in a daggone trunk, and then he tries to put her in a cab to send her home, whatever. The crazy thing about this is, Jackson finds some information. He finds this little pink slip or whatever like that, saying something about a hotel, address or location or whatever, and a time frame. Now, they're thinking it's talking about going onto a plane or whatever, but I'll get to that in a minute. He actually sees some wardrobe or whatever like that, and he sees a jacket, and the jacket has the name of the movie that she was supposed to be starring in, and it has her name on it. They didn't find any film there, though. While he's doing this, he ends up going to this projection booth, and all of a sudden, Holly's just sitting over there. I'm like, what the fuck? She's talking to this one porn star because, let's be honest, there's a lot of porn stars in this daggone building. Well, anyway, Holland ends up talking to this one chick, and he's clearly drunk or whatever like that. So they're like doing like fake acting roles. He's like, acting like he's got shot or whatever like that. But he ends up falling over the freaking balcony. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This turn of events leads him to lose his gun. He's trying to find his gun, but when he's looking around, somebody's peeking out the corner. It turns out it's Amelia, but he doesn't know what she looks like, so he doesn't even know, and he's freaking drunk. He finds his gun. She ends up running away or whatever like that. Now, he's about to smoke a cigarette, right? He turns around. He see a dead body sitting up on a tree. He ends up getting Jackson's attention to come down there or whatever like that. Turns out the dead body is fucking Sid. They try to get rid of the body. It ends up falling on another person's like party or whatever like that. They just had to dip the fuck out. I'm like, yo. Meanwhile, Holly's asking people to look for Amelia too, whatever like that. She asks this one chick, right? And then she leads him into this car. Turns out Blueface is in a fucking car. So while Jackson's walking back up there still looking for Amelia, all of a sudden he turns around and he sees Chad, and then the beef happens. He ends up getting the drop on Chad, shooting him in his leg, and tells him like, hey man, you better get the fuck out of here. Chad ain't fighting back. Meanwhile, Holland finds out that Holly's in a limo or whatever like that, so he gets in somebody's car and starts chasing it down. While he's driving around the limo, he ends up seeing Amelia. He's about to shoot it or whatever like that. And then Holly slams his hand into the door or whatever like that. She gets out the car with Amelia and they start running. They cut down another road. Blueface finds him. He's about to shoot. Then all of a sudden, this random truck comes out of nowhere and bashes the fuck out of Blueface. He's done deal. Almost. Jackson gets down there and Holly's got this thing. Well, we can't let him die. He needs help. I'm like, nigga, he just tried to kill you and Amelia. His whole purpose of being there is to kill Amelia. So Jackson tells Holly to go down there and flag for some help, whatever like that. Now, while she's going down there, Jackson's talking to this nigga. Blueface is looking at him like, yeah, don't think this is over, you know what I'm saying? They're going to come and kill you, and they're going to kill her. You know what I'm saying? Dude by the name of John Boy he's going to be making his way down there. Now, John Boy's supposed to be serious business, right? But Jackson ended up snuffing out Blueface. He's done deal daddy shit. Holly comes back. He tells Holly he ain't make it. Then all of a sudden, Holland gets there, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, the police out there. Amelia got away. And then this chick hops out the car by the name of Tally. She's like, I remember you, and she's looking at Jackson, right? He's like, you're the diner guy. He's like, the diner guy? I'm explaining that story in a minute. And they wanted to meet this lady that she works for. This lady pulls up by the name of Judith, played by Kim Basinger. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's in this movie too? Now, who is Judith, you ask? Well, she basically runs the Department of Criminal Justice. And the thing is, she wants to pay him a lot of money just to make sure they find her daughter, you know what I'm saying, safe and sound. Now, yeah, that's right. Amelia is Judith's daughter. So afterwards, everybody goes to Holland's crib. Holland, Holly, and Jackson are there. Now, he shows them this pink piece of paper, whatever like that, right? Now, the paper's got this Western flights thing or whatever like that to arrive at 10:30. I guess that's supposed to be a location. But the thing is, they think it's a plane flight, whatever like that, to be at 10:30. But here's the thing. Planes only fly out between 2 and 8 o'clock. So they start driving around, and Jackson's thinking they go to the airport, but then they stop at this building, and it turns out it's a Western hotel, plane flights or whatever like that. But that's the name of the hotel. And I guess Amelia was supposed to be meeting somebody there. But what they're thinking is, I think that she's going to be meeting some people that want to kill her there. They get to the spot, they get the information from the bartender or whatever like that, and it's supposed to be going to the top floor, the suite or whatever. They get to the top floor, all they see is niggas getting duffed. These niggas say, fuck that, get back on the elevator, they go back down into the car. Then the cops come, they dip into an alley or whatever like that, and they're just sitting there thinking to themselves like, yeah, we need to go back. Say, we got to do something about this. Then all of a sudden, boom, fucking hit the car. Amelia was jumped on the goddamn car. I'm like, where the heck did she jump from? Then she almost tried to shoot at these niggas and then fell off the car. So apparently she came prepared when she went to the top floor. She was up there murking niggas. So they ended up bringing Amelia back to Holland's house, and then they're looking at Holly like, what you doing here? She was supposed to be at her homegirl Jessica's house or whatever like that. But Jessica's sister was trying to get her cheeks clapped or whatever like that. So she was like, Jessica, go to Holly's house. And that's why they're there. So they put her in the bed. After Amelia wakes up, she's like, what the fuck? Like, it's a whole goddamn conspiracy. Niggas try to kill me. And then she kept saying her mom was the one that was trying to have her killed. We're like, what? So basically, her mom had this campaign where she was trying to take down car converters or some shit like that. It was like a certain type of company she was trying to take down to benefit the rest of like society or something, whatever. The thing is, the movie that she was trying to put out, whatever like that, goes against the shit that she's trying to accomplish. But the thing is, they tried to disguise it by making it a porn film. And she was also going to get sponsorship by Misty Mountains. That's why she got done deal. So the thing was, there was supposed to be some type of message in the film that would disrupt anything that her mom is doing. Obviously, it would make her mom look embarrassed if her own daughter was putting out propaganda against her, agendas and shit. But we're not exactly sure what is in this film. They're not sure whether to believe her or believe her mom. But if you look at the instances of things that have happened within the night, they're more inclined to believe Amelia. So afterwards, Holland takes this call from Tally or whatever like that. Turns out they need to send somebody $100,000. But they're scared to do it themselves because they think they're going to get killed. So what they're going to do is they need Holland and Jackson to give the ransom money or whatever like that, just to make sure that they leave Amelia alone or whatever. But then I'm thinking to myself the whole time, who is this money going towards? Is it going towards John Boy? You think to yourself, all these people are trying to kill her anyway, so something just didn't seem right. Well, anyway, they get the Tally, they get the briefcase, and now they're about to give it to whoever they're supposed to give it to stop all this mayhem and people trying to kill Amelia. Now, Holland told Tally that Amelia was at the house. So I'm thinking to myself, something's not right here. Come to find out, Holland was driving with Jackson or whatever like that. He's having like these fucking random ass dreams. And you're thinking to yourself, this nigga sleep behind the goddamn wheel. So they swerve to the intersection. They hit these goddamn tubes or whatever like that. You know, the tubes that have water in it and shit when you're trying to on the intersection. Well, anyway, they hit the tubes. The briefcase pops out and it's just nothing but these pamphlets and shit. You're like, what the fuck? Why would they not put no money in there to save their daughter? We're like, something's a fucking setup, yo. Somebody's about to come back to that damn house. Now, at this point in time, Holly, Jessica, and Amelia are in the house right now. This dude comes up by the name of Dr. Malik or whatever like that. He's going to make sure he checks on her, make sure everything's all good. But Holly found out real quick that's not Dr. Malik. Turns out it's actually John Boy. Holly got the drop on, pulled out the gun or whatever like that, but she was scared to shoot. John Boy pulls out a blade. All of a sudden, Jessica comes rushing at him. He tosses her ass through a damn window. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, Jessica got fucked up. Holland and Jackson get back to the house, and all of a sudden there's a shootout. The mayhem's happening. While this is going on, Amelia escapes. She's trying to get the fuck out of there. This would prove to be a costly mistake. So it's a shootout going around, the cops coming up, whatever like that. John Boy escapes. Then we see Amelia in the middle of the street. She's waving to any car that's coming up, whatever like that. Turns out the car she's waving down is fucking John Boy. I'm like, oh no. She stops him. John Boy done deals her. She's dead as shit. I'm like, nigga. Crazy thing is, Holland and Jackson went through the case, whatever like that. The thing is, they can't really prosecute it because they ain't got no evidence or proof or nothing. So it's like, what the fuck? So they're feeling pretty defeated right now, right? Then all of a sudden, Lily comes to the house, right? Now, the times that Lily has talked to Holland in the movie, she kept saying that, you know what I mean, Misty Mountains is dead or whatever like that. But the thing is, Lily kept saying she kept seeing her. She saw her in the window 2 days afterwards. And I'm like, that's impossible. She's dead. Then she keeps telling him like she was wearing this pinstripe jacket or whatever like that. And this is where Jackson tells her like, yeah, I seen the clothes in there back when we was at Sid's house. And this gives Holland the idea. He's like, wait a minute. So they end up going to Lily's house, right? They're trying to find stuff under this desk. They couldn't find the desk. He found another desk. And then he presses a button down there, whatever. And then this projection screen comes up. And we're like, oh, shit. It turns out Lily did see Misty Mountains and Amelia. But the thing is, she was seeing the projections in a movie. So now they're thinking to themselves, did she make copies of the movie or whatever like that? But they don't know where the copies could be. And they're thinking to themselves, oh, shit, you know where it could be? Back at that fucking Western hotel. Because that's what she was supposed to make arrangements for the movie to be looked at or whatever like that. But of course, she didn't know at the time niggas was trying to kill her. Because Amelia kept saying she couldn't trust her mother because it was like, she can't go to the police. She think they're going to take everybody else. I mean, obviously, she's like the head of the Department of Criminal Justice. So the date on the piece of paper also says something about an expo coming up. An expo is going to be at the hotel. So they think to themselves, the film has got to be there somewhere. So they go there, they start looking around for the film. All of a sudden, Holly ends up seeing Chad there, and then Holly gets the drop on, Chad gets the drop on Holly, and of course he gets the drop on Holland. So he does this fake crying thing, you know what I'm saying, because he's pretty much drunk, but you think to yourself, he's not that drunk. And then you get the clash between him and Chad, whatever. He ends up knocking Chad off at the daggone balcony. They both fall. Chad hits the ground. Luckily, Holland hit the fucking pool. So Chad done deal dead as shit. After this, they get back up. Holland and Jackson, you know what I'm saying, they get to the projection, but they can't find the film. And then Tally comes in there with the gun drawn. She's like, oh, shit. They do this whole back and forth like they're not about to get killed. It's kind of funny, whatever. And then Holly comes in there acting like she's about to serve something or whatever like that. Then she throws coffee at her, but didn't realize the coffee was cold. But ironically, somehow, Tally ended up slipping on the coffee and knocking herself out. I'm like, pfft. They're checking around the other areas or whatever like that. All of a sudden, John Boy shows up. And all of a sudden, the film starts playing. It starts playing like, you know, auto car stuff or whatever like that. Turns out the film was spliced. They found out because Chet was there or whatever like that. And John Boy ended up getting the drop on Chet, whatever like that. They found him in a damn dumpster. He tells Jackson the movie was spliced. So it's going to have parts of the Auto Expo and it's going to have parts of the movie in it mixed in it. I'm like, oh, shit. So all the people at this convention or whatever like that are seeing the video right then and there. And that's when Jackson and Holland get together and they find out they was in the wrong booth. The projection booth was like a couple of doors down. So now they got to get back up there to get to it. Holly's up there. She got the film or whatever like that. Tally's about to get up. But then Holly tosses the film out, you know what I'm saying? So it could be closer for Holland and Jackson to be able to reach it. And then it becomes a chase and mayhem to try and get the film. It gets to a point Jackson's beating the shit out of John Boy. And then Holly's still like, if you kill him, I'll never talk to you again. I'm like, what is the deal with Holly? These motherfuckers have been trying to kill you the whole time, and you keep wanting to have this compassion and whatnot. I'm like, relax. Everybody is literally trying to get you done deal dead as shit. Nevertheless, Jackson knocks him out. He doesn't kill him. Holland gets the film, and everything's all hunky-dory, right? Next thing you know, they both go to the courtroom, and then Judith shows up, and she tries to give this speech to him, talking about, I never wanted to harm my daughter or anything like that. We were just trying to get stuff for the capitalism and all this other garbage. And like, yeah, you still put your daughter in harm's way. Fuck out of here. Crazy thing was, she thought she was going to do jail time, but afterwards, we find out it's not enough evidence on the film to put him away, whatever like that. I think she got locked up for like 3 or 4 years or some shit like that. That's it. Next thing we know, they look at the papers, they got a nice guy agency or whatever like that. But the year says 1972. I'm like, isn't it 1977 right now in clear tense? I was baffled by that, but bottom line is, now they got another case about somebody smashing Linda Carter. That's supposed to be Wonder Woman back in the day. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's how the movie ends. I'm like, yo, this shit was mayhem, yo. The Nice Guys on Netflix. Check it out.